So in returns, GSTR 1 outward supplies, GSTR 2 अगर आता तो इनवर्ड का आता, 3 इज अ फाइनल रिटर्न जो एक्चुअल में रिटर्न है, 3B was जो अपने आज कर रहे हैं in the lieu of GSTR 3 there is a judgment called AAP and Company again by the Gujarat High Court, which is again stayed by Supreme Court. A final decision is yet to come on that. GSTR 4 is again returned by composite taxpayer. Earlier it was, जो अभी लिखा है स्लाइड में मैंने, ये earlier date है जो 18 of every quarter करना था, but now it has shifted to annually. So आपको monthly करना है CMP 08 form and आपको annually भरना है GSTR 4. 9 is done away with for the composite taxpayers for the financial year 17-18 and 18-19. Next is GSTR 5 written by the NRTP, non-registered taxable person, and GSTR 6 is for input service distributors. So input service distributor credit लेते हैं और distribute करते हैं, so they have to file ISD return every 13th of the next month, right? Okay, so number of notification have been issued and GSTR 2 and 3 had been suspended, right? So let's discuss this in detail. Okay, GST7 is TDS returns again. GST8 is a TCS return. 9 is an annual return. 9A annual return of composite taxpayer, which is done away. 9B annual statement of TCS, जो TCS operator होते हैं उनको भरना पड़ता है. 9C what we done as a GST audit, it is 2 crore, but for the from financial 18-19 it has been increased to 5 crores. GSTR 10 is a final return which has to be filled by within 3 months of the cancellation or date of order. Friends, please do keep a note. GSTR 10 if not filed within the due date, huge penalty per day. Huge penalty. I believe around 400 rupees around penalty per day. So including CGST and GST. थोड़ा सा it's a important thing. So अभी हम लोग क्या करते हैं, अभी हम GSTR 1 में आउटवर्ड डिटेल्स भरते हैं, सामने वाले पार्टी को GSTR 2 में दिख जाता है, एंड GSTR 3 भी, दैट इज समरी रिटर्न 20 तारीख या 22 तारीख या 24 तारीख डिपेंडिंग ऑन द योर टर्नओवर एंड योर लोकेशन, आप इसको GSTR 3B का रिटर्न लगाते हो, राइट? सो सेम थिंग, यू कैन प्रिपेयर ऑनलाइन और ऑफलाइन मोड. Returns be filed even if there is no business activity, even if you're not having any business activity, you have to file your nil returns. Error or omission may be rectified in subsequent returns statement, but revision of return statement is not allowed. So again, इसके लिए बहुत अच्छा recent judgment है दिल्ली हाई कोर्ट का in the case of Bharti Airtel कि rectification was got allowed. In GSTR 1 B2B transactions to be reported invoice level. आप अगर कोई B2B को माल बेच रहे हो तो इनवॉइस लेवल आपको बताना पड़ेगा कि हाँ वो, एज यू रिमेंबर कल वाले क्लास का इंपॉर्टेंस, प्लेस ऑफ सप्लाई वो मांगता है B2B इनवॉइस में. GST नंबर, इनवॉइस डेट, रेट ऑफ टैक्स, टैक्सेबल वैल्यू, अमाउंट ऑफ टैक्स एंड प्लेस ऑफ सप्लाई, राइट? B2C transaction is to be reported invoice wise only for interstate transactions having an invoice value of more than 2.5 lakhs. तो 2.5 लाख के ऊपर अगर आपका एक इनवॉइस है जो इंटरस्टेट है, उसका आपको इनवॉइस वाइज डिटेल्स देना पड़ता है, और इस B2C का इनवॉइस वाइज स्टेट लेवल, रेट लेवल डिस्क्लोज कर सकते हो, राइट? Coming to a query, GSTR 10 not filed, what is the solution? No solution, ma'am. You have to go and file, and you have to pay the amount of penalty which they have or which is getting auto calculated, right? Huge penalty. And worst part, clients don't want to understand that also. So you have to ensure that you communicate them well, right? Okay. Continuing with the GST returns, HSN codes to be reported for goods and service. I'm repeating, I have already mentioned this earlier. It is HSN codes for goods and service. There is nothing called SSC code in the entire GST regime, right? It is HSN code for goods, HSN code for services. Separate table for debit and credit notes, input service distributor credit, TDS, etc. Common e-return for CGC, SGC, UTG, definitely one return. shall not be allowed to furnish return statements for a tax period if the returns of any of the previous tax periods have not been furnished. तो अगर मैंने मई का रिटर्न नहीं भरा, मैं जून का रिटर्न नहीं भर सकता, राइट? मैं मई का अगर रिटर्न नहीं भरा तो मैं जून का रिटर्न नहीं भर सकता. ओके, सो एक फटाफट टैबुलर डिस्कशन देख लेते हैं क्या है. तो दिस GST वन includes invoice details of all outward supply of goods or services or both. Registered person, all intra, everything. You sell it to Bengal, you sell from Bengal to Bihar, you have to give details invoice level. Unregistered person, if interstate above 2.5 lakhs, then only you have to give me invoice level disclosure. Consolidated details of all the unregistered persons of intra supplies, each rate, 5%, 12%, 18%, 28%, and unregistered person state-wise, interstate, if the invoices are below 2.5 lakh. कि मैंने बंगाल से बिहार कितना का माल बेचा 5% में, बंगाल से महाराष्ट्र कितना का माल बेचा 18% में. तो interstate below 2.5 lakhs, rate wise, state wise. Next, a separate table is there for debit and credit notes. Okay. Okay. So now, if you analyze the GSTR1, it is covered under section 37, read with rule 59. Friends, it is to be filled monthly or quarterly at the option. And if your turnover is below 1.5 crore rupees, you can go and file quarterly. It should be filed by all registered person except किसको छूट दिया हुआ है, input service distributor, non-resident taxable person, a person paying tax under as a compulsion dealer, a person deducting tax, जो TDS रिटर्न भरते हैं, जो गवर्नमेंट बॉडीज होते हैं. अगर आप गवर्नमेंट बॉडीज को कुछ सर्विस या कुछ देते हो तो दे आर लायबल टू डिडक्ट TDS एंड दे देन पे यू. तो ये जो GST TDS काटते हैं वो GST TDS का अलग रिटर्न है, इसलिए वो GST नहीं भरेंगे. A person collecting TCS, अगेन अगर आप ई-कॉमर्स ऑपरेटर को से कुछ माल बेच रहे हो तो वो आपको TCS काट देता है. तो अगेन दे हैव देयर सेपरेट रिटर्न्स, तो दे विल नॉट फाइल GST1. ई-कॉमर्स ऑपरेटर and rule 59 further excludes a person registered under 14 of the IGST Act, that is जो OEDAR सर्विस देता है, जो ऑनलाइन डेटाबेस का सप्लाई करता है, तो उसको भी उन्होंने एक्सक्लूड कर दिया. GST1 can be filed either through online, through a direct entry or offline mode, right? So वो एक procedural चीज है that can always be taken care of. Okay, टर्नओवर इन द प्रीवियस ईयर के ऊपर डिपेंड करता है कि आपका इस साल आप क्वार्टरली करोगे या मंथली करोगे. सो जो भी फाइनेंशियल ईयर गया है 1920, वी हैव टू चेक दैट उस एग्रीगेट टर्नओवर ऑफ द प्रीवियस फाइनेंशियल के अकॉर्डिंग क्या हम लास्ट ईयर क्वार्टरली कर रहे थे, तो क्या इस साल भी क्वार्टरली भर सकते हैं, और इस साल वी हैव टू शिफ्ट टू monthly. So that has to be taken care of. What is the late fee? What is the late fee if you don't file GST1 on due date? So if there is a taxable return that is not a nil return, then 25 rupees for each day of CGST and SGST. And if it's a nil return, then 10 rupees each day for CGST and SGST. Okay. Continuation with the debit or credit notes. उसके बाद zero day supplies and deemed exports. So zero day supplies, deemed exports, you have to show separately. The tax liability of advances received. अगर अभिषेक को 1 लाख मिला है तो वो उसका डिस्क्लोजर करेगा कि उसको टैक्स कितना पे किया, क्या नहीं किया. Tax liability on arising on receipt of consideration for which invoices have not been issued. ओके, एडवांस एडजस्टमेंट, अगर नेक्स्ट सब्सिक्वेंट मंथ में मैंने इनवॉइस इशू कर दिया 3 लाख रुपए का, तो वो जो एडजस्टमेंट करना है उसके बारे में भी देयर इज अ डिफरेंट टेबल ऑल टुगेदर. ओके, दिस रिटन फॉर्म, फ्रेंड्स, आई एम डूइंग बिट स्पीड अप बिकॉज़ दिस इज रियली देयर इन द फॉर्म्स एंड वी आर नॉट हियर टू डिस्कस द फॉर्म्स, राइट? तो आई एम जस्ट मेंशनिंग द टेबल वाइज ऑफ GST1 ओनली. 3B इज अ summary thing. So nil rated and exempted and non-GST supplies, you have to disclose it again. Supplies on which rate of tax is nil. This is really important. From this, officer or a department comes to know that you are supplying something in which you are liable to reverse the credit. So अगर आप इसमें कोई भी अमाउंट भरते हो तो ऑफिसर ये एक्सपेक्ट करेगा कि आप ITC रिवर्स भी कर रहे होंगे, राइट? सो ये HSM वाइज समरीज of goods or service supplied during the period, list of documents issued, details of various documents issued by taxpayer like invoice, debit note, credit notes, everything has to be disclosed in GSTR 1. Okay, so January 2020 invoices I didn't show in GSTR 3B as shown in February 2020. GSTR 1 I want to file quarterly. If I file GSTR 1 with Jan, is there any interest? And I didn't get your query, ma'am. January 2020 invoices I didn't show in GSTR 3B of January. ठीक है, and showed in February 2020. ठीक है, GSTR 1 I want to file quarterly. Okay, if I file with GSTR 1 and Jan date, is there any interest? Yes ma'am. आप GSTR 1 क्वार्टरली भरो, ये आपका ऑप्शन है अगर आपका परमिट होता है 1.5 करोड़ के नीचे आप, बट यू आर लायबल टू पे इन द मंथ ऑफ फॉर द मंथ ऑफ जनवरी. तो 20 फरवरी तक आपको टैक्स पे कर देना था. आपने फरवरी का रिटर्न में 20 मार्च तक पेमेंट किया होगा. गवर्नमेंट विल ऑलवेज डिमांड एन इंटरेस्ट, राइट? लेट्स कंटिन्यू. So summary monthly return, that is GSTR 3B. Who is required to file GSTR 3B? Registered person other than non-resident taxable person, ISD, and a composition person. When is to be required? 20th of the month if the turnover is above 5 crores, or else 22nd or 24th depending on the geographical location you are located. Following consolidated details to be filed: all types of inward and outward supplies of goods and service, value of exempt, again nil rated non-GST supplies, ITC available, ITC reverse, ITC ineligible, ये तीनों देना है. Tax payable, tax paid, interest and late fee if any. So this are the broad heads जो आपको GSTR 3B में फाइल करना है. So let's do a bit analysis. ये important है. Friends, this is important if you want to understand the essence of the law here, right? So यहाँ क्या बोल रहा है? GSTR 3B under section 39 prescribe 39(1) with effect from first day, that is 1st July 2017. GSTR 3 was supposed to be a monthly return covered under 39(1). Read with Rule 61. It was supposed to be filed on the basis of the information of GSTR 1 and GSTR 2. But since GSTR 2 has not been notified, GSTR 3B has been notified to be filed instead of GSTR 3. If you can refer specifically Rule 61 sub clause 5, right? उसमें GSTR 3B के बारे में जिक्र है. नीचे पढ़ते हैं, लिखा हुआ भी है. Central Goods and Service Tax Rules 2019 inserted in 61(5), which reads as, please read it very carefully. Please read it very carefully. Where the time for furnishing of details, where the time limit for furnishing of details in Form GSTR 1 under 37 or in GSTR 2 under 38 has been extended, the return specified in 39(1) shall by notification be furnished in 3B. इसमें क्या बोल रहा है? इसमें ये बोल रहा है कि अगर आपका GSTR 1 या फिर GSTR 2 का ड्यू डेट या टाइम लिमिट एक्सटेंड होता है, तभी आप GSTR 3B नोटिफाई कर सकते हो और बोल सकते हो कि फाइल अ समरी रिटर्न और GSTR 3B. Friends, please have a note. That's the reason, or I would put it this way कि this is the only reason कि आपका GSTR 1 जो पहले 10 तारीख था ड्यू डेट, उसको शिफ्ट करके 11 तारीख कर दिया. आई गेस आई एम क्लियर व्हाट आई एम सेइंग कि अगर वो GSTR 1 का ड्यू डेट 10 तारीख से 11 तारीख शिफ्ट नहीं करते, एक्सटेंड नहीं करते, टाइम लिमिट को शिफ्ट नहीं करते, तो दे वर नॉट गेटिंग पावर टू नोटिफाई GSTR 3B, right? I would like participants to answer me whether they got this point correctly or not. कि हमारा GSTR 1 का ड्यू डेट सिर्फ एक दिन शिफ्ट क्यों हुआ? 10 तारीख ड्यू डेट था, वो 11 तारीख क्यों हुआ? वो 11 तारीख इंटेंशनली हुआ कि वो 10 को 11 कर दें एंड दे कैन नोटिफाई GSTR 3B. फ्रेंड्स दिस इज रियली इंपॉर्टेंट राइट. अगर आपको ये मिल गया तो समझ में आ गया तो प्लीज बताएं मुझे. So ma'am, I request you to stay with me and not I'll give you a time for giving asking query, right? अभी अपने आपकी क्वेरी में नहीं आते हैं. Yes, yes. It's 11th. It's 11th. GST1 due date is 11th. Right? Right? आगे बढ़ते हैं. Okay. So GST1 due date is GST3B due date is turnover in the previous year exceeding 5 crores, 20 of the next month. Not exceeding 5 crores for group 1 stage 22nd, for group 2 stage 24th. So it's depending on the which state you're located. What is the late fee and penalty? अगर आप नील रिटर्न भर रहे तो 10 रुपया पर डे सीजीएसटी, 10 रुपया पर डे एसजीएसटी, और एल्स 25 रुपया पर डे सीजीएसटी, 25 रुपया पर डे एसजीएसटी. ओके. सो rectification section 39 allowed till due date for the furnishing returns of September or second quarter of next year or date of filing annual return whichever is earlier. तो सितंबर का रिटर्न आपने 20 अक्टूबर भरते हैं या फिर annual return whichever is earlier. Non-filing, cancellation of registration for non-filing of returns for 3 consecutive tax periods for composition dealer and 6 consecutive tax periods for a regular registered person. अगर 6 महीना रिटर्न नहीं भरते हो तो आपके रजिस्ट्रेशन कैंसिल होने की उम्मीद जाग जाती है. Late fees we have discussed, but it will be subject to 10,000 rupees, that is 5,000 rupees CGST, 5,000 rupees SGST maximum. Late fee for nil return 20 rupees again, 5,000 rupees CGST, 5,000 rupees SGST. Late fee for not filing GST are 9, 100 rupees per day, maximum to 0.25% of the turnover of the state, right? Non-GST supply, do you fill information about salary expenses? Yes, ma'am, we do. We do. We ensure that each and every table is filled religiously and discussed with the management of all the pros and cons of filling it and not filling it. Couple of clients have discussed among their friends and in so-called WhatsApp groups, and they have intimated that they don't want their figures to be shown. So we have taken them on writing over a mail, and we have continued not filing them for them. Or else as a consultant we work out with the figures, and yes, we do give the figures of non-GST supply. Okay. Section 40, that is first return. What it is, मैं 26 मई को लाइबल था रजिस्ट्रेशन करने के लिए. मैं 30 डेज के अंदर, दैट इज 4 जून को अप्लाई कर दिया रजिस्ट्रेशन. मेरा रजिस्ट्रेशन आया 7 जून को. तो मेरा जो फर्स्ट रिटर्न जाएगा वो 26 मई से लेकर 30 जून तक जाएगा. सो माय फर्स्ट रिटर्न won't be only for the month of June, but it will be also having 4 days of May. So that is my first return, right? What is my final return? Every registered person whose registration has been cancelled shall furnish a final return within 3 months of the date of the cancellation or the date of the order of the cancellation, whichever is later. तो उसको फाइनल रिटर्न भरना है, उसमें कुछ खास है नहीं, but it has to be filled. Coming to annual return, what is annual return? अपने बात कर चुके हैं. It's a GST 9 which we have already filled for 17-18. So every registered person to furnish annual return by 31st December of the next financial year in Form 9, except ISG, CTP, NRTP, TDS, TCS. Every registered person is required to get his accounts audited shall furnish an annual return along with a copy of audited annual accounts held and a reconciliation statement duly certified 9C. Friends, do we have an option that 17-18 में अगर मेरी टर्नओवर की 2 करोड़ नीचे है तो मैं GST 9 नहीं भरूं? Did we have an option in 18-19 financial year also कि अगर मेरी टर्नओवर 2 करोड़ के नीचे है तो मैं GST 9 नहीं भरूं, मैं चाहूं तो? Right? It is optional. So as a consultant, what do you suggest? should the person file the annual return or not? Why so? Why so? If it is optional, we can always choose not to file. Why to file and pay fees to a chartered accountant? Ethically, GST 9 is to be filed by the person only who is registered. Okay. So what we discussed कि भैया डेटा ही आपका सेम नहीं रहता. आपने मई में जो डेटा दिया था वो तो चेंज हो गया. तो अभी as per you the figure is 80, the figure submitted is 100. So you have to do the corrections and ensure that you file a corrected GSTR 9. In case you choose not to file, then friends please note, वो जो ऑटोमेटिकली आपका जीएसटी 9 जो जनरेट होता है ना पोर्टल में, ऑटोमेटिकली जीएसटी 9 जो जनरेट होता है वो ही वो लोग फाइल मान लेंगे, राइट? सो ऐसा नहीं है कि आपको नहीं भरना है या नहीं भरे, इट्स ये कोशिश करें कि आप जरूर भरें. करेक्शन कंप्लीट एंड इफ यस राइट. सो a small thing called goods and service tax practitioner. Friends, I really appreciate this, right? We all are chartered accountants. We all are students. We all are business professionals. But this is something which you should see, or you must ask your employees to have this course, because this is a well-planned or well-designed course in which a knowledge enhancement is there, right? So registered person can authorize a GSTP, that is GST practitioner, to furnish GSTR 1, 2, 3, GSTR 3B, GSTR 9 and GSTR 10, not 19. ऐसी सारे accountant या cost accountant ही करेगा. Responsibility for correctness of the particular lies with the registered person. अगर मैं एक GSTP hire कर लिया, इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि responsibility उसके पास चला गया. Responsibility is still on me. Eligibility क्या है? A citizen of India can do it. A person of sound mind, non-adjudicated as insolvent, has not been convicted by a competent court. Satisfy any of the following condition. He is retired officer of a department and having 2 years experience, not less than 2 years experience of Group B gazetted officer. He is enrolled as a STP or a TRP and has passed the examination within 18 months of 1st July for officers who have been there, or he has passed, ये हमारे लिए, he has passed a graduate or postgraduate degree by any law or any commerce college. He has a degree of any foreign university recognized by Indian university, any other examination notified by the government on the recommendation, or he has passed any of the final examination of CA, CS or cost accountant, right? So these persons are eligible to become a GSTP by giving exams. Authorized officers shall, after making inquiry, either enroll as a GST practitioners and issue a certificate or reject the application. GST practitioner may have to pass examination at regular intervals if so notified. Enrollment shall be valid until cancelled. Duties: prepare the statements with due diligence and affix DSC on statements prepared by him, or electronically verify using his credentials.